Hey everybody, this is Nathan and
Michael.
And this is Chase, and we are the Cornfed Coverage Podcast. We're going to get right into this Nebraska-Penn State game. And it was a tough one. Honestly, don't have too much to say about it. We kind of got our butts kicked in there. From the opening drive, it looked like our offense was going to be able to move the ball. They got all the way down there to the 1 or 2 yard line. We went for it on 4th and goal. Didn't get it. Penn State gets the ball and they kind of go right down the field. Kind of sets the tone for the game then. After that, our offense either goes 3 and out or 6 and out. We punt it back right away and they score again, go 14-0. Just a tough game overall. I didn't hate how our offense looked at time. I thought TJ showed some promise, had some good throws, but it was just tough when they started going all in to stop our run game. They weren't scared of us passing, and then we just had our defense just couldn't stop anything they were doing.
no answer to them at all.
Their quarterback went for 11 for 12 passing. He was super efficient. I think it was Allen who had the 25 carries for over 100 yards, and he just went off against us. So tough game, especially for our defense. Offense showed some promise, but they struggled too. What about you guys? What do you guys think of the game?
It was just brutal to watch. They ran the ball up and down the field on us, and once they shut down Emmett, TJ Lateef looked broken in the backfield. Our line was doing a relatively decent job of holding him, or not letting him get sacked, but our defense just looked all out of sorts. And it also doesn't help that Penn State ran a fake punt when they were up 21, so that hurt too.
Yep.
But props
Really
to
rubbed
Penn
it
State.
in.
They looked great. I knew they were a lot better of a team than what it showed, than what the record showed at least, and Huskers just underperformed, and that was TJ Lateef's first not true away game, but more of a hostile environment than the Rose Bowl that you experienced.
The UCLA game was more like 50-50, if not even like 60-40, 70-30 Husker fans there.
This was a much harder environment for him to play in, I'd say.
Yeah. So, chalk it up to they just had the better team and they had the better players that night. And, it just was brutal to watch. I thought we had a chance when we drove it down the field, but once we missed that 4th down right off our first drive, it just deflated our offense, and we managed to get 10 points the rest of the evening too. So we scored our first touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and we got a field goal in the first half. So it was just brutal to watch. Hopefully they can put it behind them on the short week and look ahead to Iowa, and that's going to be a tough game too.
Yeah, I think I agree with a lot of what you guys said. Mainly what I think you can hang the loss on the coaching staff, you can hang it on the players, it doesn't matter. This is a team loss all around the board. Offense stalled numerous times throughout the game. The only good thing for the offense is that there were no turnovers. That's a positive. So sometimes you do need to look for the positives. But outside of the special team play and ball security, there really was not a whole lot going on the plus side for the Huskers. They could throw it, they could run it. It did not matter. Katron Allen breaking the single season, or the rushing record at Penn State, that's insane. He needed 160 yards or something going into the day. He had 180. So, or no, 160, sorry. He barely got the record, I believe. But, just this is 2 separate lopsided losses in a month of each other. We've got to adjust. We have to be able to make adjustments and keep games close when either our offense is sputtering or the defense might have missed a couple of assignments in the first couple drives. Like, we have to be able to, if one's lacking, the other has to pick up, you know? But with that, there were a couple games that happened over the weekend in the broader college football world. I'll go ahead and I'll start with the couple of picks I made. 0-2 on both of these here. So USC lost to Oregon, 42-27 in Oregon. The Ducks offense just looked really good. They just could not be stopped. I don't know. Every time USC had something going, Oregon answered right back. So credits to Dan Lanning and the guys looking at, they're on the outside of the Big Ten championship looking in, I believe. Just with the loss to Indiana, but that doesn't discredit them from the CFP, and I think that's where their goal really lies.
Yeah.
So the other game that I had was Missouri, and they lost to Oklahoma in Norman, 17-6. They couldn't even put up a measly touchdown. Just pretty rough overall performance. No touchdowns at all, 2 field goals, like I said. The Tigers put up 301 yards, but scoreless, and only went 3 of 15 on third down. So with that, you can't build long drives, you can't score. So there's not much more, but 0-2 for college football picks. What about you, Michael?
I went 1-1 in college because Northwestern didn't cover 3.5, but they still won by 3.
Yep, you were close.
And Arizona State destroyed Colorado, so I was all for the Buffs getting smashed, thankfully.
I'll always be happy about that.
I was at least right on both my teams winning, so if I went money line, they both would have hit. But Northwestern beat Minnesota. So the whole us losing to Minnesota at Minnesota doesn't look the greatest considering we beat Northwestern. So it's like, are we really as good as we played that game? Or
I think if that's at neutral site or in Northwestern, we could possibly lose.
I think if we would play that Minnesota game again, we're going to win 8 out of 10 times. We're better than Minnesota. We just did not show up that night.
Yeah, and I mean...
But we didn't even come back out of the halftime. Like, you'd think that we could at least make an adjustment. Matt Rule get him running through a wall, but that's 2 separate games now where we underperformed when we were expecting to at least keep it close.
Yeah.
Hell, I think we were expecting to win Minnesota.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll come back greater this week, and it'll be okay.
But what about you, Chase?
Yeah, I joined you, Nathan. I went 0-2 on my picks. I also had USC, and they were able to move the ball. It just seems like whenever they got back in the range of covering, Oregon went right down the field and scored again. USC had some costly turnovers. I think they had 2 interceptions and maybe even at least 1 fumble, maybe 2 fumbles too. And
they had 2 fumbles.
That was it. They just couldn't stop Oregon then either. So, and then my other pick was kind of like the Nebraska game. I had UCLA plus 10.5, and they were never in the game. Washington, I think, was up like 28-0 at half. Just bad game for UCLA. Good job, Washington. But other than that, yeah, not my best state pick in college football.
No, I'm right there with you. Well, with that, we can go ahead and talk about the game that we really have been waiting ever since probably about 11 p.m. Saturday night to start thinking about discussing rivalry week. The Heroes Trophy and the not the Bussin' with the Boys, excuse me. The Heroes Trophy is on the line this week as the Huskers take on Iowa at home. Chase, why don't you go ahead and start us off with your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, all week I've been thinking it's going to be another tough matchup for our defense here. Iowa's going to come in. They're going to want to run the ball a bunch like Penn State did. And then they also have a mobile quarterback that we've kind of struggled with this season, like when we played Michigan State or Michigan. Maryland's guy was a little mobile too, and they get them out running. We've had a hard time stopping them on crucial third downs. But I think Gronk can't throw the ball. And we have one of the best pass defenses in college football. I do think our offense will find some holes in this Iowa defense. Like USC was able to throw on them in the second half of that game. I think Oregon would have put up more points if they weren't playing in a monsoon windy game in Iowa City.
Bernowski can run the ball though. He's ran the ball for.
He's got good legs.
Which we have not done the best against
touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love our matchups, but I'm not picking Iowa in this game. Huskers are gonna win this game. Latif is gonna do something magical, and we're gonna pull this off. Emmett Johnson's gonna put the offense on his back. I don't think we'll need that many points to win this game. Iowa likes to play that time of possession game also. So even if they are moving the ball, I think the game's going to be short. We're going to be running the ball too, and could be a snowy, windy, 30-degree game in Nebraska. I like our chances to win this one, 17-16, in a close game.
I like that. Hell yeah, Michael. What about you?
This is going to be by far the toughest defense that TJ Latif is going to face this year, and. Okay. Iowa is a top 25 defense. Don't get it twisted, Nathan.
I'd put them about even with Penn State right now, just because Penn State's playing better than like some of the games they gave up earlier this year.
Yeah,
that's
and I mean
completely true.
I'm just scared because TJ couldn't operate at all last week. I don't know why. But
it's because they were stuffing the run.
He's back
when we can't run and we're one-dimensional, there's no way we can win a football game.
He's back in front of the home crowd, though, so that's going to help. Emmett Johnson, our team is back in front of the home crowd, so ultimately that'll help. But I heard a stat today. Nebraska is 4-10 in the last 14 years of playing Iowa, or 14 matchups of playing Iowa.
Yeah.
4-10. Our last one was on the road in Iowa City with Casey Thompson.
And we won
Trey Palmer.
First 2 or 3 against Iowa. Probably that 4-10
back
straight.
in 2010 or 2011, 2012.
That was when we had Nate Gary still in the squad.
Well, Compton was the starting linebacker. So there are 3 of the 4 wins in the last 14 matchups. I don't know where the other one is, but I'm sure it's out there. And out of the last 9 matchups, 7 of them have come down to 3 points or less. And it's probably going to wind up with a 58, 60-yard field goal. Whoever's going to have the ball last is going to win the game by a field goal. And if the line is still Nebraska plus 4.5, I'm taking that.
I think it's up to 6.5 now.
I would hammer that then. I don't think it's even going to be that bad. I feel like if Iowa gets up 1 possession or 2 possessions, they're just going to hammer out the clock and play time of possession. But
but
they
if
also
can't stop the run, they could do what Penn State did.
They also don't like Nebraska at all. Like that rivalry is there for the players. So.
And this rivalry is definitely picked up, I feel like, from when we first got in the Big Ten. It's kind of grown into this little hatred almost.
Yeah.
One-score games, close.
Just flipping off the welcome to Iowa sign anytime you see it.
Yeah.
I've gotten into the habit of that. But TJ's going to have to play a really good fucking game. And Iowa is stout on the run defense. They know we have Emmett. They know that he's going to be our main source of yardage. He already combines for 37% of our total yards per game as a team. So they're going to have to be prepared to run play actions, do RPOs, do something to throw Iowa off of us thinking, hey, they're going to only run the ball. So Defense, they're going to have to play some stout fucking defense this week because, like you said, Chase, our pass defense is one of the top ranked in the nation, but our run defense is damn near close to the bottom of the league. Out of 143 or 133 FBS teams, I think we're like 110th in rush defense. So, and Iowa, as we all know, is a very run-heavy team. Gronowski can run it. The running back can run it. Hell, I watched one of their tight ends run for 10 yards for a first down. So, Kirk Ferentz is going to play Kirk Ferentz in Iowa football. Nebraska better be prepared for it. Part of me really wants to pick Iowa to win this game just so Nebraska can prove me wrong.
trying to give us some bulletin board material.
Oh man, I don't know which way I want to go with it. I'm going to say Iowa wins 17-14. So, Nebraska, please prove me wrong. I really hope you prove me wrong. But, Nathan, what are your thoughts on this extenuous matchup?
Actually, kind of funny. I have the exact same score prediction, but the opposite way. Huskers winning 17-14. So, I agree with what you guys both reiterated. Iowa's got a good defense. That's Iowa style football. I think that the weather is going to be a little less than ideal, but that could work in our favor, just with the crowd and the atmosphere that we can get at Memorial. And I think that the guys are going to come back pissed off. They got to clear that loss to Penn State out of their head. They got to get rid of the demons, because if they come out onto the field on Friday and they think that, or they're still worried about the game last week, I don't know how we're going to be able to win this week. So I'm banking on Rule to be able to get the guys in their mentality snap straight after last week's blowout. I agree. Gronowski, he's good on the ground. He's not the most polished passer, but their offense has definitely picked up in the last several weeks. They kind of smacked Minnesota, and we got smacked by Minnesota. It's just kind of tough. We can always go schedule to schedule who beat who by how much, but at the same time, it's like all that matters is what happens on the field Friday. But yeah, Huskers are going to win 17-14, so Butler better get the guys ready to stop the goddamn run.
Yep.
Figure out a way. I don't know if we got to make a sacrifice or what.
They better figure it the fuck out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take Iowa running the fucking ball down our throat the entirety of that game, just watching it.
Yeah.
4 yards, 5 yards. Hell, who knows? They crack off a 60-yard run. I just can't. And I'm gonna be so happy if Nebraska can prove me wrong on this one, because oh my god, I hate fucking Iowa.
They did last
Fuck George Kittle, by the way, too.
Hey now.
No, fuck your boy.
We like the Niners.
Taking shots at fucking Nebraska on live television, and not even Will Compton tries to text him a little bit about Iowa. Hey, we can go person to person, and one person to another. But no, George Kittle has to ignore Will Compton's text.
He's gotta air it out.
Address it over national media after their Carolina Panthers win. Fuck George Kittle. I don't care who tight end you is, but fuck him.
I'm really glad
atrocious
that the Patriots are doing so well, and what's on your mind right now is my tight end and what he says post-game.
Oh no, I just saw that this morning, so it's fresh in my brain.
Rent-free, baby.
Brock Purdy had an abysmal fucking game against a okay Carolina team, Nathan. How Drake May do? Oh yeah, he had a career fucking high for pass yards. Drake May is better
play.
than Brock Purdy. I'm calling it.
Well, he's never thrown for over 300 yards in a game. It's not that hard to get a career high then.
Yeah.
It still counts.
Justin Herbert's got like 450 in
Michael,
a game. If you hear
what's-
his career high, he's thrown for like
Mac
500
Jones is above Justin Herbert
Michael.
in pass yards for the season. And you don't
How-
need to say they've had a bye week.
Mac Jones is
How
not
does
ahead
Mac-
of Justin Herbert.
No.
Yes, he is. He's leading the NFL in pass yards.
But Justin
he's
Herbert, Mac Jones is not. You mean Drake May?
No, Mac Jones. Fuck, Drake May. God damn.
Wow. Somebody needs to go to the retirement home a little early, don't they?
Dude, it's been a day.
It's alright.
I meant
Somebody
Drake
get
May.
down that hill.
I meant Drake May. Drake May is ahead in pass yards than Justin Herbert, not Mac Jones. God damn it.
Well, it's
Why-
easy when you're playing the easiest schedule.
No, you know what?
Drake
Fuck
the
you,
schedule
Drake.
May.
Yeah. Drake
Yeah.
May.
No.
Yes.
We're not gonna start that.
Shout out Drake
okay,
May
so
lover.
before we get into the rest of the NFL, let's wrap up with the Week 13 or Week 14 college football preview. Who wants to go first with their picks?
Georgia Tech money line. It's
I
happening.
love it.
They're beating Georgia. I'm calling
I'm
it
more
right
comfortable with the
fucking
points.
now.
I have the points as one of my picks.
I'm calling it right now. Georgia Tech is going to
points.
beat Georgia.
Yeah,
Haynes
14 and a
King
half.
leads the team in pass yards and rush yards. He has 15 touchdowns on the fucking ground, which is more than what he has as
He
a
just lost last
fucking
week.
quarterback, which is crazy. I really hope Haynes King can turn it on and just throw a loop and wrench in Georgia's SEC fucking. I
Hey.
know it won't count towards
Hey.
conference, but it'll count towards
Didn't-
CFP.
Buddy, didn't
Yeah.
Georgia Tech lose last week?
Yeah, they lost by.
Yeah.
They gave up 42 to Pitt.
Yeah.
And I know Pitt's not a terrible team, but I don't think that
They're okay.
even on the same level of Georgia.
No.
Pitt got killed by.
No, but bigger things happen in college football, and they're 6 point under, or 6.5 point underdog against Georgia.
14 and a half.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that's right.
But I will say,
No.
last year, Georgia Tech, Georgia, it was the game that went into like
7
triple overtime, or
overtimes.
7 over. Yeah. I was like, I think it was the game that led to this new overtime rule where you just start going for 2-point conversions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But,
that makes
uh,
sense.
Getting bold.
That's my pick, one of my picks, and the other pick is going to be Texas to beat Texas A&M. I'm going with underdogs this week.
I'm kind of surprised you're on that,
Tech-
to be honest.
I know. I'm a horns
I've been the
down.
Texas guy on this.
I am a horns down narrative, but A&M can't have a perfect season this year. They looked really, really shitty against South Carolina in that first half.
But they also
If
beat
that-
Miami.
Yeah, but who cares? It's a new week. And Arch Manning might be dialed. He gets to play a top 5 team.
Can you remind me who won that South Carolina game?
A&M won. They won. They proved me
I
wrong.
think that you might. I agree. It's pretty rough how they looked.
It's
in
a
the first
2.5
half, but
point
the way
spread.
the way they looked in the back half, they came down 31-0.
I mean, yeah, you're not
You
wrong.
just can't
but
start that slow to Texas for sure. Because even if they're
No,
down,
and
if it's
Texas
no
has
to
a better-
Texas, it's probably
Texas's
game.
defense, I don't think, would have blow a 31-point lead. Because South Carolina and Texas have two
Yeah,
very
I'll agree
completely
with you on that.
different defenses.
Well,
So,
two different head coaches as well. I think Sark's a better head coach than Beamer.
yeah. But, no, I've got Texas beating A&M and upsetting them. And I've got Georgia Tech upsetting Georgia.
How do you live with yourself?
Yep.
I mean, I've been looking at those ever since Sunday, just pre-slate, and I was like, I like this and I like this. I'm gonna stick with it.
I don't hate it.
I like it.
I mean, I know you guys will probably bring it up, but there's Ohio State, Michigan this weekend as well. There's some good slated matchups, and I mean, shit, I was even gonna throw a little BYU Colorado, BYU to cover -21 against Colorado.
Yeah, they've kind of been your team a little bit this year.
I've been riding with
Back to
BYU.
the well.
But what about you, Chase? What are your picks for college this week, brother?
Since I think Nebraska is going to win for one of my picks, I'm just going to go with us, Nebraska plus 6.5 as it is right now. I think that we can win this game in Memorial, so I'm happy to have us in the points. I think it's going to be a close, low-scoring game anyway, so 6.5 is way too much points. Like we were saying anyway, we all had 17 would be the number that would win the game. So to win a game by more than 6.5 when you only scored 17 would be hard, so give me the Huskers.
Yeah.
And then other than that, in the Tennessee-Vandy game, I'm going to take Tennessee -3. I think they're going to end the small
I like that
playoff
one.
hopes that Vanderbilt has left.
I really like that pick, Chase.
It's in Tennessee. If this game was in Vanderbilt,
It'd
maybe
be a
I'd
completely
but
different spread.
I think Heupel's going to get the guys ready. They can end their in-state rivalries playoff hopes. Like, those boys are going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to go. Tennessee's only lost 3 games this year, and that's to Bama, Georgia, and Oklahoma. The Georgia game went into overtime, and they outplayed Oklahoma for most of that game. If it wasn't for a million turnovers, that game could have been a lot different. So I think Tennessee's the better team. They're at home. Vandy may have the better quarterback, and their defense is a little better than people give them credit for, but I like Tennessee to get a big win over their rivals.
I like that pick.
Dang.
That was another pick I was probably going to ride this weekend.
So I'm actually on the opposite side of you there. I think that I've
Ooh.
doubted Pavia too much, so I'm taking Vandy plus 3.5.
It'll be a close game for sure.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. I know that Rocky Top's a great.
Senior day for Rocky Top, Nathan.
It has a very good home field advantage, similar to Memorial, if not better, maybe.
I think they hold more than Memorial.
They do. They have a bigger
Not
stadium
that
than us.
much
It's
more.
100.
I think
it's like
10K
101,000. But yeah, so give me Vandy plus 3.5. I don't know. Something just tells me that Pavia is going to be able to grind out a win. This might be the way he goes out in his collegiate career, and I've seen him get wins that he should not have gotten before. And I feel like there's going to be something that happens in this game that he's just going to be able to put the ball in his hands and be the difference maker.
Who was the guy with Pavia's mom again?
Is
Theo Vaughn?
Yeah, is Theo and Pavia's mom going to be at the game and be
I
front
don't
center?
care about any of that.
Yeah, I don't know about Theo.
Is his
I
mom going
don't
to be
care about
dancing
any of
up
that.
on the side of the freaking fan railings while they're playing a game?
She's living her best life. She knows she's in the good old days right now.
Oh, yeah.
No
Fair share.
regrets.
But no. Wow, Nathan.
Then the other game I had
opposite.
was Georgia Tech plus 14.5 against Georgia. And you know
You guys
what?
are
I'll
keeping
throw a
up there.
wild card out there just because it's the last week of the regular season. But give me Michigan to cover 9.5 in the game.
Yeah.
I think that's
I'll
just
probably
gonna
be on that with you. I like Michigan. I didn't make it one of my picks for this, but I think they'll cover.
I think that they're going to be able to do it just because it's in Ann Arbor. Bryce Underwood is young. He's tested. They have won big game. Like, they beat USC handedly this year at USC. So I think that Ohio State is not the same team as USC. But I do think that Michigan's going to be pretty tough for them. I think overall Ohio State still wins, but I think that Michigan's going to be able to cover it by 9.5 without any problems.
The interesting thing with Ohio State, I just feel like they haven't really been, like, Texas kind of kept it close with them week 1. But other than that, it'd be interesting to see how Ohio State does when they get if they ever get punched in the mouth, how they respond, or if they're just in a close game in the fourth quarter, like they're going to be playing
They
other
haven't
teams
had
in a
those
big
kinds of
close
games
game.
this year.
Yeah.
The closest it's been was Texas at 14-7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Well,
have a
that
lot of
was with
close
the
game
fresh
experience
Arch
during those crucial moments where you have to have it.
And Julian
Well, now-
Sain's a freshman.
Yeah,
He's playing a lot better than he was at the
Bryce
beginning of the year.
Underwood. Bryce Underwood's been having a quietly good year in college football.
I don't think it's been quiet. I think he's had a pretty solid. He could win.
I'd say
I
I'd
don't want to
say
say
it's
he could
quiet.
win freshman All-American, but
I could see him being a Big Ten freshman All-American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if
could
it's
see him making
freshman
an All Big Ten
All-American.
team.
I don't know if he'll be freshman All-American QB because I just don't know other freshman quarterbacks out there that would contend for that.
I wonder if Michigan
Cal's
would
got a
make the
good
playoffs
quarterback.
if they win this game. I don't know. They're 18th right now. Would that be enough? They'd have like the best win out of anyone in
The
college
best
football.
win, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and who's Michigan's
Well, that
conference
moves
loss?
Indiana to 1. So
Michigan
wait, hold
lost
up.
to
Who gets
USC.
into the Big Ten title game if Ohio State loses? Would that be
Oregon.
because Indiana? No,
It would
Oregon,
be,
Indiana.
It would be Oregon, Indiana, unless Oregon loses to Washington this weekend. Because I think the tiebreaker would be who the highest ranked team is. I don't think Michigan would jump Oregon, but
no, I don't think so either. Because Oregon's what? 7?
Oregon would have to lose to Washington this week for Michigan to jump them in the rankings for
I
sure.
think that Michigan could still win. I don't know how far a win over the number 1 jumps you, but I do think that drops Ohio State down to like 5 or 6.
Who's Indiana play this weekend?
Nobody good.
Or are
Purdue.
they on bye week?
I think they have Purdue.
yeah. Yeah, I don't
'Cause
really
I was
know.
gonna
I'd have
say,
to
it
look
kinda
at all
depends
because
on-
Ohio State would also, it'd be a 1-loss Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon in the Big Ten. Assuming Oregon beats Washington.
Yeah, it definitely
Which
is
isn't a
uh,
down to
given.
tiebreakers.
Well, Oregon lost to Penn State.
No, Oregon beat Penn State. Oregon lost to
Or yeah, that's right. Whoops. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yep.
were the ones who started the Franklin meltdown.
Yeah, and then Penn State still wound up kicking our asses.
That's okay. That head coach might now have a new job.
Penn State's just
The
playing
interim.
pressure-free, I think, now. Earlier
Yeah.
this season, they had so much just pressure, I feel like, built on them.
Yeah, they were
Well, and then
preseason
after
too.
that Oregon loss, they just deflated.
Yeah.
And then they reinflated.
Yeah.
They're,
But with
they
that-
still have a fucking chance of making a bowl game this year somehow.
Yeah. Yep.
Win and
they play
in.
Rutgers. They'll probably make one.
Win. What if we meet Penn State in a bowl game?
No, we wouldn't.
That would
they
suck.
wouldn't. They would have put 2 Big Ten teams against each other in a bowl
No.
game.
Thank God. I don't want that again.
Have you guys
Uh,
seen our bowl projections though? Before we move on to NFL,
I've seen like Las
Some-
Vegas Bowl against Utah, I think was one.
I've
Music
seen
I've
the
City.
Music City Bowl against
Missouri
Tennessee.
was maybe another one.
Yeah, Missouri was one that I saw too. I think I saw earlier in the year before Oklahoma had a couple of key wins. I think that I saw that we could be matched up against
I
them.
saw
in something.
someone say Texas might meet us in like the ReliaQuest Bowl in Vegas.
I don't know if I'd like that very much. I don't like Texas's defense. They're
No.
way better than Penn State.
Yeah, but Tennessee's defense is way better than Penn State as well. I think Missouri would probably be our best bet, but then you have to defend
Ahmad Hardy's gonna
Yeah.
he's gonna run
Yeah,
all over us.
And then they got
So
Bo would probably run all over. He's still
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
coming back from an injury, so he's not quite as good as he was at the beginning of the season, at least speed wise. But
yeah.
Butler's got to find a way to stop it. Put a spy. Put a fast. Hell, put a wide receiver out there and tackle him. I don't care.
I wanted
maybe
to
we need the
gauge your
transfer
guys.
portal to get another big guy like we had like last year when we had like
I wanted to
Rich
gauge your
Meyer and
guys'
all those guys.
thoughts on this. Steven and Sipple put out an article that was kind of weighing in on Matt Rule's tenure so far, and he said Matt Rule might be the right guy, but he might just be surrounding himself with the wrong people, such as like Matt Rule's a weakness versus strength, right? So like weakness, obviously this season has been defending the run. Last year we were great at defending the run. That's because we surrounded ourselves with Tony White at DC. But now we have John Butler at DC. And we're great against the pass, but we blow against the run. And I know John Butler, this is his first year as a DC in college, even though he was the DC or DB's coach for the Bills. But do you guys think we give Butler another year to kind
No.
of figure out how to defend the run, or do you guys think we'll probably wind up moving on from him to find a more all-around defensive coordinator?
I think they move on from him as head defensive coordinator because they'll likely want to. Maybe they try to keep him on staff, kind of similar what they did to Satterfield.
Kind of like a DB's coach, since he did that in the NFL.
I don't think that he's had plenty of time this year to make adjustments and show that he can try to stop the run. He had a full offseason to get his guys in the portal.
Yeah.
And I understand that this season, off-season, we might have more money for it, but yeah, no, I think he's gone.
Like you guys were saying, Nebraska needs those Nash Hutmakers, Ty Robinsons on that D-line. Otherwise, we're just going to get outmaneuvered and outbodied. Like, we're having 285-pound D linemen go up against 310-pound offensive linemen.
And it's not just that bad.
No,
it's
but
just you got to be able to be stronger.
I mean, a 25-pound difference is it's not
make or break.
Nathan. 25 pounds is a lot of fucking weight.
It's not make or break though.
No, but
especially
I
not
think
when you've got 280 pounds of muscle.
No, but but then what if you're going up against a guy with 310 pounds of muscle? It's a lose-lose scenario.
But then you're quicker because you're not as fat. You're not as heavy.
Are you though? If you're getting just out strength on the offensive line.
No, I'm saying the defensive line who's less in weight, he's going to be faster than the offensive line who's heavier and just more muscle. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I think
Butler's gone. What about you, Chase?
Yeah, I was going to bring up, do you guys think it's more that he doesn't have the personnel? Do you think if we had, because we run that 3-5, where you don't have that giant run stopper in the middle, I feel like it's hard.
Mm-hmm. We run a 3-3-5.
3-3-5. Yeah. So when you don't have that run stopper in the middle, it's hard to stop the run. And I feel like we had that in Rule's first 2 years here.
With Tony White.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still don't understand why.
Well, even just big body like Robinson, we need one person who's above 300 pounds, but the other defensive tackle, we really need to run a four-man front. We just need to try and run a four-man front, but I don't know if we have the right guys to put on the field for that.
Rule's always been the 3-3-5 guy, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. The 3-3-5 I don't think works well in the Big Ten. Just because the 3-3-5 is meant for defending the pass, and that's what we've been great at doing this year. Mm-hmm. But obviously the hole in the 3-3-5 is defending the run. Just because you've got 3 linebackers, you've got probably a slot corner, and then you've got 2 wideout corners and 2 safeties. And then you've got 3 down linemen going up against 5, practically. And in the Big Ten, for the most part, if that left tackle or right tackle doesn't have somebody to block, they're going to move up to the next line on the linebackers. And then you've got 170-pound linebackers going up against 310-pound linemen. So it's just like, I don't know. You bring up a good point with the personnel side of things because, like you guys have been saying, we don't have a 4-man front personnel, and I don't know if Butler needs another season to get those players in the portal, or if he's going to stick with the 3-3-5, but something needs to change to stop that. And then just kind
of who he would bring in, which I have no clue about, like defensive coordinator candidates out there.
No, not a clue.
It'd be a search that Rule would have to go through.
But
maybe Tony White would even come back if Florida State coach gets fired. Not like they're having the best season in the world, but
yeah. But do you think we keep Butler, Chase, or do you think we move on?
For some reason, I think we're gonna keep him, but I don't know. Not really going based on anything. I think I'd be okay giving him one more year, but then it's like right away, if next season it's all these same stuff, then I'm going to be saying 5 games into next season that I'm wishing that he's gone. So, but yeah, now I think we'll keep him.
Nice.
And maybe we'll get that transfer portal guy on the defensive line that just kind of changes everything. And we have a young player. We're the youngest team in the Big Ten, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, our DBs, like Deshaun Singleton is a senior, and I think we have a linebacker or two, but outside of that, we've got a lot of sophomores and freshmen in the lineup. So we'll see. We'll see what that brings. But with that, we can move on to what has transpired from the NFL last week. Nathan, you want to go over your last week NFL recap, brother? How'd your team
so
do?
I went 2-0 with the Niners winning 20-9, and I had them covering -7. Michael kind of reiterated earlier, Purdy did not look good, 3 picks, but that don't matter. Winning is what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Good quarterbacks can have bad games. Brock Purdy once threw 4 interceptions to the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. That same season, he led the Niners to the Super Bowl. So it can happen. You know,
So you guys are Super Bowl bound.
No, that's not
That's
what
what
I'm
he's
saying.
trying to say.
Our
Bang,
defense
bang,
was much,
Niner gang.
Our defense was much more banged up this year than it was that year, to be fair.
You guys have just been beating up on defense for what it feels like the last 3 seasons.
Offense, too. It sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just over the injuries. But then the other pick that I had was the Jags winning 27-24 against the Cards, and I had them covering -3. So that is a cover as well. 2-0 in the NFL this last weekend. So if you tailed, good job. Way to take me for my word. What about you, Chase?
Yeah, I was opposite of you on that Cardinals game. I had the Cardinals +3, so kind of a push in a way. Went into overtime, and the Jaguars were the better team in that game. They controlled it. If Trevor Lawrence didn't have a pick 6, I think he had 4 total turnovers, 3 interceptions, and a fumble. He was trying to throw
Not
the
a
game.
good
He
game
only
by him.
had 14 completions or something. I think Liam Cohen this season is trying to scheme around Trevor Lawrence because he has not looked the best, but Travis Etienne looks good. Their backup running back, I think his name's Tootin, also looks good.
Bashalin.
Yeah, they got a good run attack. They can get after.
They got a good kicker.
Defensive line. Yeah, I thought the Cardinals. I was kind of lucky to even get the +3 there. So, thank you, Jacoby Brissett, for being a little clutch there at the end to send it into overtime. And then the other pick I had was Colts +3.5. This was a game that the Colts dominated and that I really wanted them to win to help the Chargers playoffs chance. They had it. They were up 20-9 with 5 minutes left in the game. It's a 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs down at their own 5-yard line. Mahomes gets a huge conversion for a 50-yard play. They'll go down, score, get the 2-point conversion to bring it within a 3-point game. Colts go 3 and out. The Chiefs go down, kick the field goal, go into overtime. Colts get balled first in overtime. They go 3 and out again. And the Chiefs get it. They're going to get a field goal then. You give them too many chances, they're going to win the game. Chiefs keep their season alive. If they lost that, they would have been 5-6 and damn near left for dead for their playoff chances. But they're 6-5. They're right in the thick of the AFC race. They're probably the 7 seed wild card team you do not want to play if they get in. But good on the Colts for covering the number. I will say that.
Yeah.
They just blew the game at the end.
They helped me win $180.
Yep.
Same with the Falcons. They came in clutch. But before I tackle my picks, did you guys see the Giants game last weekend?
Yep. Lions winning it over.
Lions.
There's quite a couple overtime games this weekend.
The Cowboys had a really interesting game, to say the least, too.
Yep, down 21-0 to come back, win 24-21.
There were some good NFL games.
Returning Super Bowl champion is, that's no easy task.
Cowboys aren't necessarily dead. They're 5-5-1. It would be hard for them to make the playoffs, but ever since they made that trade for Quinnen Williams, I feel like it's helped out their defense. Their offense has been good all year. George Pickens had 9 targets, 9 catches. He just catches everything right now.
Cowboys beating the Chiefs on Thanksgiving?
I've got them covering.
It's a close spread.
I have the Cowboys winning. Ha ha ha. Fuck the Chiefs. But Patriots beat Bengals 26-20. Phenomenal. They were down. They were down early in that game, and they battled back, and it wasn't the prettiest game by Drake May, but it was still a phenomenal game. Obviously, like you guys have reiterated, a win is a win. Marcus Jones got a pick 6. That was awesome. He's been playing stout, opposite of Christian Gonzalez. I will say it benefited the Patriots to not have to guard Jamar Chase at all and only really have to worry about T. Higgins.
And Joe Burrow waited a week to come back.
Yep, and Joe Burrow waited a week. But that's okay. He didn't want to play a Super Bowl contender in the Patriots and wanted to move on to the next Super Bowl contender against the Ravens, I guess.
How has Drake May been in the playoffs? Has he won a playoff game?
He hasn't been in the playoffs, Nathan. Give him a chance.
And you've got him winning Super Bowl contender.
I didn't say it. Big Cat said it. Talk to Big Cat.
You just called him a Super Bowl contender right now.
Yeah.
So,
big.
do you not believe they're a Super Bowl contender? Could you see this Patriots team winning the Super Bowl this year, Michael?
I will say probably the two teams that do scare me are probably the Colts and the Broncos.
Colts and Broncos.
I'd probably say those
Not
two
the
teams.
Chiefs. You're not afraid of the Chiefs at all.
No, I'm not.
So you wouldn't be afraid of the Chiefs, Ravens, or Bills? They could all...
No, I'm not afraid of them.
He beat Josh Allen one time.
We still get to play Josh Allen again.
And I do know that Bills'
At Gillette.
team is kind of flawed, but Josh Allen can't go God.
He can, but he's got to deal with Drake May at Gillette. They still have to come to our house and beat us in our house.
You haven't
And
won
they
the
haven't.
division yet.
You guys beat them in their house for the first time in how long? That's the win you're going off of
3
here.
years.
Yeah, that is the win you're going off of.
Yeah,
You
you're
beat
damn
them
right
one
I'm going
time
off
in
of that
3
win.
years in their house.
Did you
You're
see
saying
how
that they
Drake
can't
May
beat
played
you?
against the Bills defense? I'll
That's
take
one
Drake
game.
May beating the Bills 9 out of 10
You guys
times.
beat the Falcons by a point.
A win is a win, Nathan.
I know, but I'm just
You
saying.
guys beat the
Josh
Panthers
Allen's-
20-9. That's not something to brag about. Purdy
Well,
had
that's
3
more than a
picks.
point.
Don't come at me sideways.
It's more than
Your
a
team is
point.
not pretty this year. If
No,
the
Brock
Niners,
Purdy's
hold on.
proven in the
If the
playoffs.
Niners were to ever face the Patriots this season, or even come the Super Bowl,
What about week 1?
Niners are not making
Huh?
that happening. By the way,
What about week 1? What about week 1?
What about week 1? Sorry, the Patriots lost
When
to the
both
God
teams are healthy. When both teams are healthy. What about that?
Patriots. 100%.
That's funny.
100%. I'm
That's
riding with my Pats. Okay? I'm riding with them. We're 10-2. First one to reach 10 wins, but obviously we haven't had a bye week, so that helps.
And you also had the easiest schedule.
You know what? Fuck it. Nathan, I don't care. We're going. I'm scared of the Broncos and the Colts. And the Colts just lost to the Chiefs. So,
But you're not scared. So how are you not scared
no,
of the Chiefs?
I'm not scared because the Chiefs aren't going to make it. The Chargers are going to beat them out and we'll be okay. And then the Patriots, if they even play the Chargers, will be totally fine. I'm not scared of the Chargers, Chase. I'm sorry to disrespect the Bolts, but I'm not scared of y'all.
See what happens.
But
He's putting a lot of.
oh yeah, I got energy
I
now.
like it.
I got energy now. I got energy. Fill me
Second
up with it.
wave.
Bring the juice. You feed the juice to me and only me. Cause it's all Patriots juice, baby.
Okay.
But yes.
Well,
Patriots.
with that,
No, I got one more pick. Hold off. Colts covered. God damn it. And I'm happy. But the Colts had that fucking game in the bag to send the Chiefs and baby Patrick Mahomes wham to Brittany. But no, that didn't happen. Mahomes locked the fuck in and decided, you know what? I'm going to win this game for my team and my team only. And he somehow, some way manages to operate the offense and a way to organize the Chiefs' comeback, really. I mean, that was a fun game to watch, but thankful the Colts covered that game.
Yeah.
And then
was around.
I just want to throw a little thank you, throw a little prayer out to the Dirty Birds in Atlanta, because if you guys didn't win that game, I would have lost money. But with you guys winning that game, I made $170, and I'm thankful for the
you said
Dirty
it was
Birds.
$180.
I bet 10 to win 181.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
That's
170, 170 profit.
Kirk Cousins came
Well,
through.
With
Kirk
that,
Cousins
let's go
came
ahead and
through.
talk about the Week 13 slate for the NFL. Michael, or whoever talked about the Cowboys, took my pick. So I've got the Cowboys +3 at home against the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. Just something about that. I don't know. I feel like the Cowboys offense is the best part about that team, and with their defense being a little bit more improved with the trade additions, like Chase was saying, I feel like that the team's just a little bit more dangerous than they were 3 or 4 weeks ago. The other one, I've got the Niners -5.5 at Cleveland.
Shedeur.
Tough
Gets to
one.
play the Niners JV defense. So, he's going to have probably a couple good plays, but with what I saw in the Raiders game, he's not going to win this football game. So I have confidence in the Niners here. It's going to be a pretty shitty game, and I saw people talking about how this might be a bad game for Brock Purdy because of the weather, and I'm like, did you guys forget that he played football in Ames, Iowa for 4 years? It snowed there too. So I don't know.
Browns defense is top 5 arguably in the NFL.
It's good,
and they
It
play
is
better
good.
at home, I feel like, also. So
They do.
Yeah.
Patriots kind of
Well-
had a tough time with their defense when we were at Cleveland.
I agree, but also I think that the weapons on offense, and if we can get Christian McCaffrey flowing, that opens up the pass game for Brock Purdy.
Purdy's
I don't think
coming
that he
up.
throws 3 picks against the Browns.
No, that was Purdy's come back, first game back.
He just
he'll
puts a lot
find
of
his
zip
slow
on the
state.
ball. It happens.
high turnover games will happen every once in a while. It's if they become a regular thing that you'll worry about. But yeah, I like both the picks. I think the Browns defense could slow you guys down a little bit, but I just don't see Shedeur putting up much points, even though you do say it's kind of an injured 49ers defense. Robert Saleh still coaches up those guys well, and I think he's going to put Shedeur in some tough situations and confuse him a little bit. But to get into my picks, I guess I have a Thanksgiving Day pick. It's the night game. I'm going to go Bengals +7 and Joe Burrow's return. I think it's too many points. Earlier in the season, when the Ravens played good quarterbacks, they gave up 40 to Buffalo. Chiefs put up 30 on them. I think the Lions also put up 30 on them. And they've kind of had an easier schedule right now. They've been playing like a Patriots-like schedule, how we always tease Michael, but everyone kind of called this. The Ravens started like 1-5 or 2-5 or whatever they were. They're like, oh yeah, they're going to rattle off wins now. They've played the Jets and the Vikings and the Browns. But yeah, they get Joe Burrow coming back. He may be rusty, which I'm scared of, but I think he's been ready to play. He's posting on Instagram of saying he's back. Jamar Chase is going to be back. Just too many points. And then for my other game, I'm going to go Bills -3.5 against the Steelers. I don't think Josh Allen's going to play as bad as he did 2 weeks in a row. It's a must-win game for both teams, kind of. They're 7-4 and 6-5, both kind of fighting for the same playoff spots, but I'm going to trust in Josh Allen. Steelers have kind of looked off a little bit. I do think Rodgers will be back, but he literally just broke his left hand or left wrist or whatever it was a couple weeks ago, so I don't think he'll be 100%, and I like Josh Allen to put up some points. And I will say the Chargers were able to run the ball on the Steelers, and we have not been able to run the ball on a lot of teams, so I think James Cook...
You guys get Omari and Hampton back this year, or this week too. I just got that announcement today.
He's back at practice, so...
It's a
His
plus.
practice window's open.
Yep.
Nice. I like those picks. Yeah, I think the only one that I'd be a little afraid of would be the Bills defense, because if Aaron Rodgers is even half the quarterback, he can play up to that level of being.
Don't forget
I
Jalen
think.
Warren.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren's a dog in the backfield.
I just feel like the Bills' defense has just been super susceptible all year long. So that's the one part of that scares me, but I love the Bengals. I agree that's too many points. I wouldn't be surprised to see that line drop.
Yeah. I feel like once they officially say Joe Burrow, because I don't think it's official yet.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's going to play.
He's the one advocating.
It's not officially official because I'm still able to have him on IR. He's no longer.
I think once it is official, I do see that line getting down to 6, maybe even 5.5.
Yeah. But
I can see that. But Mikey, what about you?
I got the Cowboys beating the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Moneyline Michael today.
I just, like you had mentioned earlier, Nathan, I think the Cowboys offense is a really good offense. I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Dak Prescott. You got a solid running back as well, and then
Javonte Williams.
Yeah. And then you've also even got a pretty solid tight end option as well. So, like, their offense has the weapons to dust the Chiefs' defense. On paper, they do. Now, obviously, it's going to be an OC versus DC game, just because the Chiefs' DC has to scheme against stopping CD and then finding a way to stop Pickens and then limit Dak's mobility in the pocket because he can run the ball too if he needs to.
Yep.
So it's kind of a perfect storm against that Chiefs defense that kind of struggles just against running quarterbacks too. I mean, they let Daniel Jones go up on them 21-0 or whatever that score was, 21-9. And then they managed to claw their way back. But I think the Cowboys defense is a little bit better than the Colts too. So I think the Chiefs are definitely going to have a tougher time defending just because the type of offense that they're dealing with. But I've got the Cowboys beating the Chiefs, and the Cowboys are still fighting for a playoff spot on the NFC side too. This is probably a must-win for them because I believe they're 5-1, right? Or something like that.
They're 5-1, and they'll probably need to be at least 10-6-1 to make the playoffs. They can really only afford like one loss the rest of the season.
But I also think it helps the fact that it's at Dallas as well, so you don't have to deal with the Red Kingdom, which I do believe plays a factor in the Chiefs' home field advantage.
Or the weather.
Or the weather, too, because you get to be in a dome. But yeah, there's a lot of things that could go wrong in that game, but there is also a lot of things that could go right. It just kind of depends on who you're rooting for. But I've got Cowboys money line. Obviously, I've got the Patriots -7 against the Giants come Monday Night Football. That is Drake May's, I think, 3rd or 4th primetime game this season, so that'll be fun to watch.
Somehow you got an easier opponent every week. Sorry.
Yeah,
True.
The Giants. Well,
Very true.
If the Giants were
famous
healthy with
Jameis.
Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo, they'd be dangerous. And I mean, the Giants just beat the Lions last week.
Dart may play.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know if it was Jameis or Dart. But, I mean, the Giants beat a good Detroit team last week, which is crazy. But I've got the Patriots covering -7. And then I wanted to put out to our viewers, do a Cornfed coverage bet. Do Chargers -9.5 against the Raiders. Do a Patriots -7. And do a 49ers -7 too.
I think
right?
it's 5.5.
Is it 5?
5.5.
5.5. Do a Cornfed coverage lay.
If that's too risky, money line them all. I do think all our teams win for sure.
Yeah, I do think all 3 teams will win, but you'll need to bet like a lot of money to win not a lot of money.
Yeah, I bet
so the rich viewers
like plus 100 or something odds if you money line.
Yeah, I bet you'd have to bet 100 to win 100. But it is out there. You could dabble with the lay. Little corn-fed coverage lay.
Sprinkle a little Nebraska
like
money
it.
line too.
Yep. But
That'll
yeah,
bring up the odds.
those are my picks for the weekend.
I like it.
Again, we got a good slate of NFL football coming up on us this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, and a good holiday coming. Good time to spend with your family and friends, eating good food, and watching lots of football.
Thanksgiving's always a good time. It's a good weekend for like diehard football fans. You get to be around family, eat food. There's football on just from Thursday through Monday night, so it should be a good weekend.
It's great.
Technically, if you're a sicko, there's football tonight.
Yeah, I didn't mention the action.
There's football tonight and tomorrow. If you're a sicko like us, go
Well,
support
with that-
action.
East week,
Oh, who's playing?
a lot. Basically, almost every college basketball team will have at least one game this week. A lot of
Yeah,
little
there's a
tiny
lot
tourneys.
of college. There's so much
That'll be
college
good to keep an
basketball
eye on
on.
too. Huskers undefeated so far, so it's great to keep an eye close to
And
that.
Husker basketball plays Winthrop today.
Yeah,
Or-
that's at 7:30 our time, I think.
Yeah, and it's at PBA, but that
Well,
should be
heck yeah,
should
go
be
Big
another
Red.
win.
hmm
Yeah. But with that, was there anything else you guys wanted to say to the viewers before we head out?
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe for more content. And as usual, if you guys got any questions, objections, or takes you want us to hear, go ahead and throw those comments below, and we'll get to them and reply to y'all too. So, thanks for
Yeah.
watching.
All right.
I'm
You guys have a
Michael.
happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. Happy Thanksgiving, all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Take it easy.